Hey guys, Carlos Colon here with Georgia Perimeter Homes, and we're going to talk about saving money today. And how do I save up specifically enough money for a down payment, especially in this crazy market that we're in, when people are paying 5, 10, 20% down? How do I do that? How do I save that money up? So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you have not done so already, click the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell, and give this video a like. And you'll see our content every single week, every time it comes out. So, alright guys, so you are looking to save money for your down payment for your house, and you don't know how to do it, or you're looking for tips or advice on the best way to do that. So, absolutely, you've come to the right place, and we need to start off by really talking about, this is going to be specific to your situation, and I'm going to split it up into two categories. I'm going to talk about each. The first category is if you're young, or you're you might be married or you might be engaged or something with somebody, but you don't have kids. And the second situation is going to be if you have a family and you have children. Those are two completely different scenarios, and you've got to prepare for both, because how you save money between having a family versus when you're young or you're single or you're just you and one other adult is very different than having a family. And so that cohesion on your options, they change and they vary a lot. So we're hitting both. So let's start with one of the biggest ways that people miss every single year, or they throw the money away every single year. We're talking about tax returns. Tax returns is one of the best way for you to start savings, essentially, without really having to think about it. Okay, so think about this. You file your taxes every year for the majority of the people in the United States. And you go to TurboTax and you jump right in and you apply, you look at your refund, you go, yay, I'm getting a check back, woo. And a lot of times that money either gets deposited straight into your account for most people, or you get a check in the mail. That check is usually gone within the first 30 days, in my experience, I've found. And so you've got to understand that that is the kind of money that you need to set aside. Not only that, but you can use that to your advantage, especially if you're younger. So when you're younger, or maybe you've got a partner, and even when you've got a family, the great part about this is you can actually change your amount of withholding, tax withholding, every check, in order to treat it almost like a bank, like a piggy bank for you when you go to file your taxes. What that means is you might file for more withholding from the government from every check in order for that final check from your tax return to be larger. So if you have questions about the best way to do this for yourself, please talk to a tax accountant. I'm not going to tell you what's best for you because I don't know you. So you've got to make sure to understand that it's about your situation. How much should you withhold? Is that right for your situation? And again, if you own a business and you're writing off certain things every year, this may not apply to you. So talk to your tax person in order to make sure this is a proper fit for you. But for the general public who just files using like a TurboTax or an H&R Block, yes, this is a great way to do it. And you can save thousands of dollars by doing this. After about 1 or 2 years or even 3 years of doing this, you've got a lot of money set aside. But you've got to have the discipline to not touch it. So, yes, raise the amount of withholding and then file it every single year on time like you should. Okay? So that's the best way to start off. And it works for both scenarios. Alright, this is going to work really well if you're either single or in that couples phase, but not necessarily for a family situation. And that's going to be, you want to offset your rent or whatever monthly bill you have for that in such a way where you almost don't have it at all. And the best way to do that is twofold. Either you get roommates, okay, in order to offset your rent payment every month, and then you can save money every single month by doing that, or you can become a roommate. Again, you don't want to do this if it's a family situation, right? But if you're a single person, it's just you or one other person, yeah, you could easily live in one room and be a roommate and share a rent and have much lower monthly expenses in order to offset this. Now, if you're renting a house, the opposite's true. Is let's say that you've got a rent payment of $1,500 a month, but you've got 3 bedrooms that you're really not using. Rent every single one of those bedrooms out for $400, $500, $600 a month, and utilities included. And guess what? It's like you don't even have a rent payment anymore. And now you can take that monthly rent payment you normally make, and you can save it every single month. I mean, after 5 months of that, you've got what, $7,000 plus saved up if it's $1,500 a month. So think about that. Think that through. Now, of course, like I said, if you're in that family life and you've got children, that's not going to work. It really isn't. And so that's not that doable. But a better option for you is going to be to make sure that you lower your monthly expenses as much as possible. What's a good way to do that? Well, and this works for both, but if you've got a large car payment, that is another way to really lower your expenses on a monthly basis. So let's say in today's day, with vehicles going sky high with prices, that you've got a $600 a month payment on your vehicle or more. That is one thing that you might want to change. Some ways to do that is you could refinance it and lower your payment. That's number one. Number two is you could sell the vehicle and not have the payment at all. That's number two if you've already got another vehicle. Or number three, go ahead and pay off that payment, that total payment. So let's say you only have like $3,000 left to pay. Go ahead and pay it off then. Pay it off completely. Now you don't have that $600-$700 a month payment. And within 10 months you've saved $7,000. I mean, that's just insane. Absolutely insane. So start there. Think about some of these monthly recurring expenses. That's a good one to do. For a lot of people, you may not want to sacrifice selling one car and then buying something that's already paid off. That's a great alternative in order for you to not have a payment at all. As long as you get a good vehicle that's going to take you from A to B safely, it's a good way to go. And a lot of people that I know that are wealthy have some of the oldest vehicles that I've seen in a long time. And sometimes they're 20, 30, 40 years old, but they're still running. And they're like, hey, it's not broken. I don't need another car. That's the best way to go. The next way that's going to work really well for you if you're young, and this is not going to be popular with the other one if you have a family, is, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this one, move back in with mom and dad. So if you're young, I think this is one of the best ways for you to save money early on, is don't have a monthly payment right now. And focus and think about the fact you don't have a monthly payment and pretend like you did. Take that money that you would normally spend for rent, that $1,500 a month we were talking about, and set that aside every single month. And that is going to get you that down payment you really want. The problem is a lot of people don't have the discipline to not buy the $3,000 TV or to not buy the $3,000 couch, during Christmas. So you've got to have that discipline in order to go, you know what, we're okay, we don't need that. And I don't need to go to Sam's Club, or I don't even need to go to the Christian Women's Center and go get me a new bed suit for the house. So think about that. Save every single penny. Now, this is not going to work very well if you've got a family, unless your family just has a huge house, or maybe they've got 2 houses on one property, then it might work. But for most people, that's not really an option if you've got a family. The last one is going to work really, really well for you guys, both if you're young, or if you're a couple, or if you've got a family. And that is going to be thinking outside the box on who within my family can actually gift me the money to be able to have this money for down payment. So maybe I don't have it right now, maybe I'm going to have it this upcoming tax season, but I really want to buy right now, or I need to buy right now. Okay, can my sister, can my mom actually gift me the money, or take out a home equity line of credit in order to give me the money to do this now, and I can pay them back or something with my taxes? Again, talk to your tax accountant about this, make sure it's the right situation for you. But in a lot of scenarios, a lot of people have friends or family that can do this for them, and they don't think about it. So it's a great alternative and a great way to be able to work together to get this to happen for you. So speak with your family, speak with your friends, speak with your relatives, and just find out what's possible and really understand what the best route's going to be for you. So, again, remember, there's no one perfect path for everyone when it comes to homeownership. So, while your friend Sally Schmo may have actually rented out a house and rented out 3 rooms, I've got 1 or 2 kids and I can't really do that and I don't feel comfortable doing that. Well, okay. That's okay too. So I've seen people go as far as renting the house that they live in right now or subleasing it in order to offset their payment and save that money. And so you have things that you can do. You got to have the discipline to put it into action, and that's the key. So if you have any questions about this or want any advice when it comes to real estate, give us a call, 770-314-1285, or check out our website for some great homes in the state of Georgia, GeorgiaPerimeterHomes.com. Thanks. Bye.